See the multifamily real estate market evolving in the next few years, and how do you plan to adapt to these changes?
Yeah, another great question. That's the $64 million question everybody's thinking about. I've always been a long-term investor. As smart as I am, quote unquote, as experienced as I am, I don't believe I can really time the market. So I have a long-term investing philosophy. And if you buy good assets, properly leverage them. And right now, I would say 60-65% LTV is probably a good place to be. Properly leverage them, try to get fixed rate debt, have ample cash reserves, and you can get a good property in a good location. I'm a buyer even today, even though I know possibly the value of that property could be a little bit less than 6 months. See, but I don't care. What I'm looking at is what's the value 5 years from now? What's the value 7 years from now? And I think if investors can kind of take that long-term perspective, use the current market to be able to buy quality assets in maybe a little less competitive environment, still look at the numbers, but have confidence in the American economy, the US economy, housing demand, housing affordability. Anybody who's looked at real estate over the last 40 years realize the long-term trend is up. And as long as you go about it properly with leverage and cash reserves, you're going to win. So that's the approach I would take, even though the next 12 to 18 months may be a little choppy. But I'm not going to sit and miss a good property just because it's going to be a little tenuous the first 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, that's great. And long-term strategy is that you can't bounce in and out on multifamily, at least not like residential single family.
Well, for in 2020, 2019, 2021, people could bounce in and out.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing, I think. The true operators, the true professionals, the people who actually know what they're doing running these assets, they have a competitive advantage today against other less experienced, less qualified operators that maybe have been bailed out the last year or two by the phenomenal market. So, the cream will rise to the top, but you're going to have to actually know what you're doing to make it a good investment in this